Okay folks, I found this in some roadside trash in a box. Let's see how we go with this one, if it's going to look any good or if it's going to be a piece of shit. Let's see how we go. Okay, let's see what this is. It is some kind of transformer toy. Yeah, you can turn that round and it becomes a truck. So I'm just going to pull out the fist on here. Make it look more interesting to photocopy, folks. This is how he looks. He's a transformer. So he's obviously, the transformer symbol. Looks like a cheap and nasty version of a transformer, folks. It looks really shit. Probably a Christmas present, but it looks older than that. Just seems like a pity it was discarded with a whole lot of other toys. I guess kids grow out of toys quite quickly. I know I did. And I grew out of toys when I was 10. Pretty much. There were two toys that I was always asking for Christmas that my parents never gave me, and it was a pogo stick and stilts, and I wouldn't be able to use them anyway because I had to go and I couldn't, and that's kind of looking really quite interesting. I do think we'll move it down a bit. Down or up? I'm trying to fucking think. Maybe up. I'll just check. Yeah, maybe up. It's hard to tell how much I've moved it. But yeah, I remember asking my parents for pogo stick and stilts, and I never got them. But the good thing was I actually tried a neighbour's ones and I couldn't use either of them. So it was a good call that my parents didn't buy them for me. Now this is again too close to the edge. I'm going to make it into a movement piece anyway, so it doesn't really matter if it's not totally positioned accurately. So I'm just going to make it into a movement piece. So I'm just going to get rid of this. Probably donate it to charity. Just donate it to charity, folks. It's a really good idea to do that, folks, when you can. Someone who can't afford a present for Christmas could indeed benefit from someone donating this shit. So yeah, this is it. Yeah, that's come up looking really quite interesting, actually. I think I cut his head off, folks, to be honest there. Oh, that's his head there, I think. I think we're going to put our piece right near the head. So just going to line it up like so. I'm sure I would have loved one of these if I was a kid. I'm sure I would have really liked to have one of these or something similar. I never asked for a Transformer when I was a kid. I never thought to get one, even though they were on the television. You know, they were popular and they were like a series on a cartoon on the TV. I never actually asked my parents to buy me one, even though, hey, without being into rough things, I was a tomboy, and basically I really loved cars and trucks and shit. Although I think I did grow out of cars and trucks by the time I was in my later childhood, but I know that I didn't like dolls or any of that girly stuff much. I wasn't much into the girly things. But yeah, I'm just surprised I never... Maybe it was because I'd grown out of toys by then. I think they were on when I was over 10 years old. I don't think they had Transformers in 1983 or 1984. 1983 was the year I was 10 and gave up on toys as a general rule. I don't know whether I actually still asked for a pogo stick and stilts. But the general theme was I'd finished with toys. I grew out of toys, folks. There's only so much you can do with toys until they become boring. You know, you only play with them a certain way, and it's very hard to find ways of playing with them outside of their usual role. So that's that one. This is this one. Okay, that's come up looking really quite interesting. I think we now call this demo quits.